Our last subject called leadership. We'll take about another 30 minutes here, cover some on leadership, and then we'll take our last short 10-minute break, and then we'll come back and finish up the day, finishing up leadership. The title of the weekend was called The Making of a Leader. And it takes a lot of things, really, for the skill of leadership. All the things we've talked about, the personal development side, setting goals, being able to make plans, game plans, time management, communication, all of that. It's all part of the preparation and the continuing schooling and education of leadership. But now we're going to cover the subject per se, leadership. And I've got an interesting phrase to start with under leadership, and it goes like this. To attract other people, you must be attractive. And we've covered that, sort of sprinkled throughout the last couple of days. What you want, you attract. So to attract other people, you must be attractive.
Woo! Good morning, dreamers. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. Super glad to be on here with the fam. As always, it is Tuesday. This month is getting towards the end. We are at our last couple of days. So let's go ahead and end this month with a bang, leaving it out on the field. Phase 2, day 2. Let's go. I love to see. I'm actually going to be joining you. I'll be jumping on the hard 30 at the beginning of the month. So I'll be locked in with you, fam. It's good to see it. Whoever wants to go ahead and get involved too, go ahead and drop some threes down below. We'll get you plugged into the 75 hard challenge, the 30-day challenge, aka for this short run. So a lot of amazing things are here and on the way. And today, fam, we are getting into bringing out the inner child within. Shane and Talina, it's good to see you, fam. Going hard. Yes, absolutely. It is that time to go ahead and leave it all on the field. So let me get live on IG. Let's get today started. And what is a piece of gratitude that everybody's grateful for to get this chat flowing to start it off? So here we go. Today is going to be a really, really good one. Bringing out the inner child. I believe this is something that everybody needs to hear right now, because there's a lot of fear. And if you go back to remember your childhood self, you might have been the one to go ahead and run at a couple things that you've been afraid of. So let's go ahead and dive in. IG, it's good to see you. Happy Tuesday. So grateful to be alive. Grateful for God. Thankful for each of you. So grateful to be able to move these things. I'm freaking dripping out here in Florida right now. Let me tell you, we've got our alkaline. We've got in our little workout this morning. We've got in the journaling. I got to go ahead and drop it in the chat. I've been running around driving like crazy, but it's been a productive morning to go ahead and start off the day so far. Omar, my man, it's good to see you. So here we go. Let's get in, fam. Paul, finest home buyers, love it. So bringing out the inner child. Here's my piece for today. I was on a call with my mentor a couple days ago, and he's like, D, I want you to do me a favor today. Okay. I was like, what's that? He's like, I want you to go out for a run. And I was like, go out for a run? He's like, yeah, I want you to go out for a run. Just go run, at least a half a mile. Go give yourself a nice little journey. And I want you to call me when you get back. And I want to ask you a couple questions. So I'm like, go for a run? I haven't went for a run in a while. He's like, just do it and come back to me. So I go do the run and I'm freaking tired. I've got all of this self-talk going as I'm running. And I'm like, I got to finish this. I got to show him a screenshot of how far I ran so he actually know that I really did it, right? So I do the run. I call him back and he's like, D, you did it? I was like, yeah, I did. He's like, send me the screenshot. Let me see it. I sent him the screenshot. And he's like, okay, I want to ask you a couple of different questions. I was like, all right, shoot. He's like, when you got tired, when you wanted to walk, when you wanted to stop running, did you not have a voice that said, let's stop? It's time to slow down. It's time to sit down and take a break. Drop a 2 down below if you guys have ever been running or you've been working out and you know that voice that says, all right, it's time to stop. It's time to go ahead and stop all this tension. We need to relax. We need to take it easy. You guys have been there. You guys know what that feels like? Because here's what's interesting. Whenever you go out and you run and whenever you go out and you exercise, matter of fact, you guys can try this right now. If we were to get off this call and I were to tell you do 20 push-ups, maybe do 10, 5, whatever's a decent number for you. The first voice that normally comes up is it's time to stop. It's time to quit. This is too much. It's too much stress on our body. But I want you to go back and remember us as a child. Because if you remember, you'll start to see that we didn't have a lot of the fears that we have now as adults. Think about it. How many things did you guys do when you were younger that you didn't even think about it? You literally just went ahead and you did it. I'll give you a perfect example, right? When I was little, I used to love riding bikes. I used to love riding bikes around to get around the neighborhood, to go to my friend's house and go to the park and go play basketball. And I'll never forget it, right? All my friends, we would get together on our bikes and we had this one really cool spot where we'd go down this hill and there was a huge ramp that we would go down and come up and you'd get like 3 feet of air coming off and it was a blast, right? But I remember being at the top of that hill and you're flying down this huge downhill and you get this crazy air going off of this ramp. And I remember being a kid saying, I'm at the top, and normally as an adult, I'd be terrified. I'd be asking all of these self questions like, I don't want to fall. I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want something to go wrong. And I go back and I think about it as a kid, we would literally go ahead and do the ramp, ride right back up to the top hill, swing around, and then go do it again. You guys ever been sledding? You guys ever been skiing or snowboarding? Same type of idea. As a kid, we're like, yes, let's go do it. Let's go down the run. Let's go hit the slopes. But as we get older, maybe now we start sitting at the top and we start looking down. We're like, this is a little high. This looks a little steep. It looks a little scary. And this is so funny because this is exactly how success happens. We start to see things and we start getting all of this negative talk. You know, we're sitting at the bottom of this huge mountain at the beginning of entrepreneurship. We're like, man, how am I ever going to be able to climb that? I don't have the tools. I don't have the gear. I don't have the right shoes on. But if you were anything like me as a kid, I used to love to climb trees. I was an adventurer like crazy. I loved to play. And you give me a tree, it didn't matter if I had shoes on, shirt on, no matter what, I was going to get up that tree and go ahead and make it happen. Because there wasn't fear. Wasn't afraid of falling, wasn't afraid of things going on. We just wanted to go ahead and take action. And it's so interesting as we get older that, believe it or not, every fear that we have, except for 2 of them, is developed over time. The 2 fears that pretty much everybody is born with is the fear of heights, and loud noises. Every single other fear that you and I have is developed over a period of time. If we have a fear of public speaking, if we have a fear of going out in public, if we have a fear of making a video, if we have a fear of doing something new, guess what? All of these things was developed from our experiences, maybe from a year ago, a decade ago, but this shaped our life. So for today, I just want to go ahead and bring it to the surface. What would life look like if we started to act as a child again? And here's what I mean by that. I remember I used to have to walk to school. I used to have to literally walk a mile to school when I was younger, growing up, right? And the whole mile, I remember just like looking up at the clouds, manifesting, visualizing, just creating all of these amazing ideas inside of my head, being fearless, being less fearful, right? Fearless. It's not people that don't fear less. It's just people that started to fear a little bit less. So again, what does life look like when we start moving with that child mentality, that mindset of waking up in imagination, being creative, going out and not really caring what anybody else thinks? Think about it. As a kid, mom, dad, they can literally throw on whatever clothes. We don't really care what we're wearing because we don't care what anybody else thinks. We just want to get to school. We want to play. We want to get out in recess. That's the idea that I wanted to bring up back for today. Entrepreneurship, this game is supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be like something where we wake up every day and it's like, man, I have to do this. No, every day we get to do it. Every day is new. Every day is exciting. Every single day is an adventure, just like being a child, right? Isn't every day as a child an adventure? Every day is new. We could maybe go to the trampoline, and maybe we could go to the pool, or maybe we could go to the park. There's so many different possibilities to wake up excited every day. And I believe if we could step into that is where the real magic happens. Because just like a child, we're gifted with so many blessings every day that we get to be excited for if we're able to go ahead and pay attention to the blessings. So, fam, that is my topic for today. I hope you guys have a phenomenal rest of your day. Seb, I got nothing but love for you, brother. I appreciate you. Anything you guys need, we are here for you. And if nobody told you today, I see the growth. I see the elevation. And I want to go ahead and see each and every one of us stepping out into our greatness, not worrying what anybody else thinks, just like a child. Because that greatness is waiting to go ahead and get out. So, fam, remember, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. Have a great day, fam. Stay tuned. Today is Tuesday, product night. A lot of value has been coming in the evening, and I will see y'all in a couple hours. Dream Team, it's game time. Let's get to work.